First of all, Bushy, congratulations on the new deal. How pleased are you with everything that's gone on in the last couple of days?
Very pleased. It kind of came quite quick, but I'm happy to get it done. I'm happy to get it over the line. There's nothing really much more that we kind of needed to talk about. It was just the formalities that we got down to and got sorted. But yeah, more than happy, and been very happy since I came in the door, and just glad to kind of get it done now.
Yeah, obviously you came in last December after we were in a poor run. You obviously helped that side get into the playoffs. How did you feel about coming in last year?
A little bit nervous. Obviously, you're coming into a really tight dressing room, but what Boreham Wood's been known for over the years, and you don't want to come in and rustle some feathers, but also you want to come in and help improve the squad. So knowing what I knew before I came in, it was just about showing what you can do on the pitch, and the training pitch first and foremost, and then on a game day, and then the boys take a liking to you, and then you feel part of the squad. So yeah, coming in and kind of not having sort of played them games that they had and not got the right results, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air for me to come in and kind of just help us get to the end goal, which we did. And yeah, it's not great how it ended, but to get there was probably like the main effort, and then we just fell short in the final hurdle. Yeah,
how did you feel about adjusting to the system, and also how was it integrated with the squad, the manager, with the staff?
When I spoke to the gaffer when I first came in, he set out his demands, and until you're really kind of in the thick of action in the training and the games, when you really take on board what he's saying. But it was a tough transition. I'm going from one place to that played a bit more reserved shape tactically to a more high press. So that was an adjustment, and I felt like my first couple of games were just more like a feel-out game before I kind of found my feet and kind of started finding my way a bit more. So it was a tough ask to come in, but I think if you're committed and you kind of want to work hard, it becomes quite natural towards the end of it, and like it felt quite seamless by the end of the season.
Yeah, obviously the last season didn't end how we wanted, but it kind of showed you how close everyone was as a group after Notts County. I just wonder, how did you feel after that, and coming back this season? Was there a bit more of a hunger, a bit more of a fire in the belly almost?
I think just to touch on Notts County, I think again, it was, you don't realise how close you are till you're really in it, and then it was only when I look back and kind of seen how close we probably was that it kind of reality set in. But as like this stage in my career, I kind of looked at some of the younger boys and kind of wanted to give them the words of encouragement to say, like, this isn't the end of it, you can still achieve much more. But for myself personally, it was just kind of a standard, really, not so much a fire in the belly, but that's the standard that you want, regardless of, obviously you always want to win it, but to be competing post-season, at the end of the season, that's kind of what everyone looks forward to, whether it's a playoff or in a cup run. You kind of want to be there at the end of the season. So just being able to be there was probably enough, and I think it's kind of set us up to say, look, we can do what we did last year, why can't we go one better next year? Like this season, so to speak. So it's just about keeping our minds focused on just the goal and not thinking too far ahead, taking each game as it comes, and then hopefully by the end of the season we'll get our just desserts.
Yeah, how do you feel the season's gone so far today?
I think it's been really. I'd say it's probably gone quite fair. I think Gateshead was a game of two halves. We lost the first, but probably won the second. Then we played Halifax at home, which I felt was a really good performance to follow up from the draw. And then obviously Solihull was they kind of scored 2 goals in 2 crucial times, which probably deflated us a little bit, which probably didn't help. But to see us kind of spur on as we did towards the end of the game kind of gives us hope going into the Saturday game. So it's just about just taking each game as it comes, and when you look at it, we took 5 points from the first 3 games, and if you can pick up another win, you can kind of even it out over the course of the season. So it's just about just taking one game at a time, but we're pleased. Obviously I didn't have the best start through pre-season, but coming in at the back end of it and just kind of finding my way again, which has been nice. So yeah, it's a slow, steady. Like obviously, we know the league's not won in August, but the foundations are set for you to be there come April. So it's just about taking each game as it comes and just being focused and sticking to the script and following the manager's game plan.